We can speak now to Sarah Davies from the International Committee of the Red Cross, joining us now from Jerusalem. Thank you very much for being with us today. Just first of all, do you have any indication yet about what this basic quantity of food, as it's been called, when that might enter Gaza, and will it be in any way sufficient?
Thank you, Paul, for having me on. Right now, it does still remain unclear when this will begin to enter. But what we do know is that it takes a lot more than food and basic items for people in Gaza to be doing more than surviving. Right now, there have been 10 weeks where nothing has entered. People don't know where to access food. They don't know where to access safe water. They are running out of supplies, hygiene items. We know that medical facilities and hospitals, other first responders are also running low, and they're very concerned, as we are, about the level of stock. So I think it's very important to note that whatever enters, while we welcome this, we have been very consistent in our call for rapid, sustained and unimpeded flow that needs to enter Gaza in order to begin to meet the basic needs of civilians who have been living in this conflict for 19 months now.
Indeed, and can you describe the current humanitarian conditions there on the ground in Gaza? Is this the worst that the ICRC has actually seen there?
Right now, I would describe the conditions as untenable. People are trying to survive hour by hour. Right now, in Khan Yunis and other places, people are pushing elderly relatives in wheelchairs across sand, and they're carrying their children in their arms, along with blankets and pieces of plastic that they were using as shelter because they've received evacuation orders, or because they can hear the sound of explosions and hostilities and they feel forced to flee. People are living with a constant sense of fear and anxiety and a very big loss of hope about what the next days will hold. Critical infrastructure has been damaged. It is very difficult to access, as I said, basic supplies, diapers for your children. We've heard from people on the ground that children ask their parents every day what they can have to eat, and parents don't know how to answer them because there's so little food. So the situation is incredibly dire, and we are very concerned about how civilians will continue to survive this.
And what are the primary barriers to getting those food and medical supplies that are so badly needed in the hardest hit areas, and how is the ICRC navigating them?
We, of course, do have experience in conflict zones all around the world, and we have done this for decades, but there are challenges that exist. Physically, roads have been destroyed and damaged. Sewage and wastewater systems and networks have been impacted by hostilities, and they create floods. There are craters in paths. People are moving around a lot, and it does mean it is difficult to access the people who really need it because there's so much human movement and displacement. Of course, the active hostilities also create security implications for international organisations like ours to reach certain areas. And as I said, with the current suspension of aid that has been in place, there has been a lack of certain items for many, many organisations, many first responders, and that does create even more barriers for people to receive the aid that they critically need.
Sarah Davies from the ICRC, many thanks indeed for joining us.
Thank you.